Hi everybody, this is State Representative Tom Murt. I'm here at the 103rd Pennsylvania Farm Show with my good friend Secretary Russell Redding, Secretary of Agriculture here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Secretary, thank you for being here today.
Pleasure, welcome to the Farm Show. Happy New Year to you.
Secretary Redding, what's new at the Farm Show this year? What are some of the highlights?
We've got a couple things. I always start with the theme because I love it's inspiring Pennsylvania's story. And you can't tell the story of Pennsylvania without agriculture, right? You can't tell the story of agriculture without the Farm Show. So it's a great place to sort of start and reveal, to most of the folks here who are consumers, citizens of PA, they're not in agriculture, but just a nice sort of connection. In terms of what's new, we have a farm market that we're just outside of our view here, and that was intentional to represent, as most of the consumers think about, produce and think about, farm products. It's in a farm market setting, so we changed that this year. We've added the craft beers as a competitive event at the Farm Show. We added hard ciders last year. Both of those are just continuous to amazingly interesting to the public and continue to grow. Culinary connection, more livestock, more food items for you to eat. But all of it sort of in this theme of telling Pennsylvania's story.
Secretary, in my opinion, in my observation, I really believe that one of the great accomplishments of the Farm Show is that it brings together both the farming and the non-farming publics in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Would you concur with that?
Yeah, and you think about how unique that is, to have 8 days to sort of tell the story of ag, but it's also this great intersection between, our heritage and agriculture and the future as we see it as a business and all the good things we've done, but to have people who are everyday consumers of that get a chance to help celebrate it, but also touch it and use all 5 senses here at the Farm Show to really understand what we do in ag. It's a really special event.
As a representative myself of part of Philadelphia and Montgomery County, where we don't have too many working farms left, it's really a great thrill for me to be here every year and talk to members of the agricultural community and learn more. But I also wanted to ask you, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I know that Penn State and Delaware Valley University in Doylestown and Bucks County still have very vibrant agricultural majors. Are there any universities that have an agricultural major in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, so you have the land grant, and of course Del Val have really strong programs. Wilson College here in the region. University of Pittsburgh has some sort of ag engineering components. Lehigh has some ag engineering. A lot of sort of other schools have some food policy work, environmental science. So a really nice sort of covering of Pennsylvania through either the land grant with the branch campus, satellite campuses, or particularly Del Val, but others that have a specialized interest.
Secretary, is it correct that agricultural related industries remain tops in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania?
It is, and I feel pretty comfortable. There was a time when we speculated about that, right? It had been, and we just sort of always attached the narrative of the largest industry. And we decided to go to the Temple Fox School of Business and ask them a couple of years ago to help us define what and who is agriculture. Look at all of the sort of individual components that make up those sectors and the supply chains. And their work concluded $136 billion worth of economic activity every year and 580,000 jobs in the state. 18% of our gross state economy is agriculture. So it remains a significant piece of Pennsylvania.
Does the future look healthy and vibrant for agriculture in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it does. But it's been on a path of change forever, right? And I think the convergence that we see of the social media and where people buy, how they buy it, who are they buying it from, right? The extent that they want some level of convenience attached to it, in some cases delivered to their doorstep, right? You look at all of those factors, and certainly from a Department of Ag, we have to sort of be mindful that our purchasing habits are changing, making sure that we keep farmers sort of plugged into that is a really important part of our work in the technology, not just from a food and purchase and commerce, but also from a workforce standpoint.
Secretary Redding, I know as an elected member of the House of Representatives myself, I'm very grateful for the outstanding leadership that you provide for the Department of Agriculture in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And we wish you the best of luck for continued success.
Yeah, likewise. You're very kind. Thank you. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Secretary.
Thank you.